and get up in the air. Folks are going to see some spectacular slam dunks tonight if he gets the opportunity. Celtics, by the way, have been out-rebounding their opponents 48, nearly 49 to 41. Atlanta has been out-rebounded 49-45.
Celtics should have a definite board advantage, and I think they will exploit it tonight. You're not going to see a giveaway tonight. If they lose tonight...
Oh, beautiful feed.
Fine.
Didn't work.
It means that Atlanta beats them. They won't beat themselves, I don't think.
Rory Sparrow the open shot and doesn't get it. Larry Bird the rebound. That feed was as pretty as a picture from Buckner to Maxwell. He couldn't hit the driving layup. All right, we've only played 30 seconds. Maxwell's jump hook drops in.
I think you're going to see Max break out of his slump after last night's game, too, and give us a good one.
Here's Wilkins putting some moves on Maxwell. Max stayed with him, but Wilkins dropped it in high off the glass. He's a native of Georgia and great high school basketball player down there. And Celtics throw the ball away. And, of course, played at the University of Georgia. Originally drafted by the Utah Jazz. They couldn't sign him, so they traded him for Freeman Williams and John Drew, and really got taken to the cleaners in that deal. Bird picks off the air ball. Max can't quite catch up with it. He hit the deck, and a foul will be called on the young man, Dominique Wilkins. The Hawks, by the way, are sporting some very fancy new Salvador Dali inspired uniforms. I tell you, that's a wild-looking uniform.
Max a little upset with himself on that one. He felt he should have had two, but he gets it anyway with a much more difficult shot than that layup would have been. Little turnaround jump hook.
Maxwell did not have a basket from the floor last night. He's 2 for 2 tonight. 22nd timeout is taken by the Hawks. Why would Kevin Lockery, Bob, so quickly use his 22nd timeout?
Well, we saw the Celtics go inside twice to Max. Kevin is very aware of the Celtics front court strength, and I'm sure he has keyed on this, and he would like the defensive thrust to be aimed at stopping the men inside. He will give you the outside shot. This will open up opportunities for the guards. But in the past, any time the ball has gone inside, he wants the closest guard to drop immediately and double team, force that pass out. We've seen him twice come down, twice go into Max without a double team. I think he's trying to call their attention to this.
Coming into this game, the Hawks lead the league in block shots, 133 of them. That's 9.5 blocks a game. The pass is stolen by Bird. It is 2 on 3, but Wilkins steps in the way and intercepts the pass himself. The steal by Dominique Wilkins. Dan Roundfield walked with it. The Tree Rollins has 71 himself. Go ahead, Bob.
A little defensive fake there by Bird caused Roundfield to walk. You see that so seldom today anymore. Kid, there's the double, by the way. Yep. However, a little too aggressive with the double team, and Sparrow picks up his first and a second team foul. And I'm certain now that that's what Kevin called to their attention, although I'll tell you, they brought the weak side guard over, and that's dangerous because you're taking the man furthest away from the ball, and it should open up some easy shooting opportunities for the guards.
Bird floats one in. Celtics off to a quick 6-2 lead.
I started to say it's so seldom that you see kids today on any level utilize defensive faking. You know, offensive faking with the ball, you see that constantly. But defensive faking is becoming a lost art. Eddie Johnson, who is the third man on this club other than Roundfield and Wilkins, who can hurt you offensively.
Celtics are smoking. Ainge buries one from the corner. Boston leading 8-4. Well, just under 10 minutes. Celtics are 4 out of 5 from the floor.
You're going to see a different ball team tonight than we saw last night, obviously, in every department. The first rebounder went up. 2 white shirts went up strong. Johnson, good penetration. I'm sorry, Sparrow with good penetration.
He shot a two-handed layup. You see that? I can't remember the last time I saw that one, except maybe one that I might have taken in a game of eggs. Bird from downtown, no offensive rebound. Roundfield there. Now Johnson, tell you what, they're pushing the ball up the floor. Dominique doesn't get it. Rebound Parrish. Quinn Buckner for the Celtics, leading 8-4, 8-6 here in the early going. Bird on the baseline, just floated in.
Good job. Boy,
Wilkins gave him a lot of room.
He adjusted so quickly. He wanted to fade away, and as he faded away, he noticed that Wilkins had gone for the ball and was out of position, so he brought it to the basket. He's always looking for more.
Dan Roundfield. Strong
drive, partially blocked by Bird, but he's going to be called for a foul by Darrell Garrison. Dan Roundfield is 6'9", 205 pounds.
Averaging 20 points a game, 11.9 rebounds. And Roundfield is one of the very best players in the NBA.
Yes, he is. He's been the workhorse on this club for years now and has gotten it done consistently in just about every department. Defensively, off the boards. He'll help Rollins in that middle, by the way, and reject a lot of shots. So until I see a little bit more Wilkins, I'll tell you, he's the kid who's the best player on that squad. Nice little backdoor play. Wilkins was overplaying Bird. They flashed Parrish up, and Bird went away and ended up a little 15-footer.
12-8, the Celtics lead. 8:28 to go. We're in the first quarter here at the Garden. Our second game of the week. Sparrow, Bird the rebound. Bird up the floor to Robert Parrish, the Chief on the baseline. 2 more. Celtics are hot. Great pass from Bird.
You notice he lobbed it up over. He saw the defensive man back there, but immediately discerned it was a guard, so he just put it up over the guard's outstretched hands, so that all Robert had to do was go high and catch it.
Eddie Johnson is called for traveling.
This is a problem that Atlanta had last year, I noticed. They were a little slow getting into their offense. Both their guards, not Johnson as much as Sparrow, but both of them over control a bit. They simply take too long to get the half-court offense revved up.
Sparrow, Rudy Macklin has checked into the game for Atlanta, replacing Wilkins. Pass in the middle from Bird to Parrish was a thing of beauty, and a foul is called on the Hawks. It's on Rory Sparrow. So far, the Celtics are 7 of 9 from the floor. Bird has 6 points and 4 rebounds.
Still looking into Max.
Didn't get it, but he got fouled in the process.
Rollins is tough under there. He switched off Parrish and went after Max. He's number one in the league in block shots. He's averaging 4 a game. So here it is. Roundfield went for the steal. So it leaves Max a path to the basket. Rollins had to go after him, and that left Parrish open. So
first foul on Tree Rollins, and the 4th team foul on Atlanta. 7:38 to go in the quarter. Max hit the front end of the 1-on-1. There you see his numbers on the season so far. 78.9% from the foul line.
Rollins and Roundfield, and of course George Johnson, when he comes in, he's a pretty good rejecter as well. All of them block up that middle pretty well for Atlanta, so it gives the fast, quick guards out front a little more defensive flexibility. They can gamble a lot more and look for the steals, knowing they've got that kind of help behind.
All right, one more for Cedric Maxwell, who has 5 points. Does not get the 6th, and Tree Rollins, the 7'1" center, gets the rebound. Played his college ball at Clemson. You're looking at Rory Sparrow, former Villanova star. He loses the ball. Ainge picks it up. Here come the Celts. 4 on 3. Ainge dishing to Maxwell, but he walked with it.
That was the wrong place for it. Danny had to put on the brakes at the top of the key and let the play develop. He had an overbalanced situation. It was a 4 on 3, but he brought it into the pack, and that allowed one man to guard 2.
All right, Eddie Johnson. His brother plays for Washington Bullets, Frank Johnson. He hits the jumper. It's 15-10. The Celtics are up by 5 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Parrish, the only man who hasn't scored tonight, still hasn't. Rebound to Rollins. That one did everything but fall through.
Rollins should be able to give Robert a little more trouble than most centers on that fadeaway jumper. He's 7'1", and he's got a long reach.
Sparrow knocks one in. We've got a 15-12 game now with 6:35. Parrish, I'm corrected, has 2 points, so they've all scored. Now Buckner has the one that hasn't. Ainge hits his 2nd jumper of the night.
Well, I'll tell you, since Dan got his feet wet offensively,
Laker exhibition
he's really done
game.
a job. Yes, Hartford, Connecticut, October 1982. He really came out of his shell with a vengeance and hasn't stopped since, really.
Roundfield doesn't get it. Maxwell the rebound to the big man. Up to Larry Bird. Larry, a nifty pass to Buckner. Now they've all scored. What a beautiful pass that was.
I'll say they're really looking for each other tonight, too. A little selfish last night, which helped to make the offense break down. Selfish in the sense they were looking for the first opportunity rather than the second and the third. And, of course, Celtics generally look for each other so well. How's that for a little help?
Oh, the save by Bird. He tumbles into the crowd and had lost it out of bounds. It'll be Atlanta ball when we come back. Timeout has been taken on the floor. And the crowd at the Garden very appreciative of the Celtics' effort so far here in the first quarter. 5 minutes, 39 seconds to play in the first quarter. It's the Celtics leading 19-12. This telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics Basketball Club and WBZ TV is prohibited. The inbounds pass. Foul was called on Ainge.
No, it only was a foul. It was deflected and it hit the assistant coach, Fred Carter, on the side of the head, and it hit him with such force that it shook Larry Bird and Danny up. They went over and apologized. It was unintentional, but it got his attention.
Tree Rollins, who has never been known for his offense, really rifled a brick up there. Buckner just blew by Sparrow. Left him in his dust. And an Atlanta Hawk is shaken up. Whew. And I believe that'll be Eddie Johnson. Yeah, Johnson's hurt. Watch Buckner.
Bird comes out of the pack with it without putting it to the floor, notice, goes to one of his two guards. He's got to make the determination whether to take it in, which he did, or drop down to Ainge. It's predicated on what that defensive man does. Eddie Johnson, you saw sliding into the picture there, trying to get back into the play, and took a pretty good fall. Looks like he's holding his right arm.
Ainge was trying to hold him up, as appeared to me that Johnson tripped over Ainge as he was running by him, and Ainge was trying to hold him up before he hit the deck.
Well, he assumed that Buckner was going to lay down to Danny, you know, on that right wing, so he wanted to get back in time to try to deflect, but evidently he paid kind of a stiff penalty, but obviously that's the kind of hustle you like to see on defense, and that's why they're fifth in the league at the moment in team defense.
Well, right now the Celtics are having no problem solving that defense. They are smoking. 10 baskets and 13 shots for 77% from the floor for the Celtics here in the first 6.5 minutes of play in this game. 3 Boston turnovers, 4 for Atlanta, 5 rebounds for each club. As you look at Kevin Lockery, number 21 is the rookie Dominique Wilkins. Number 30 in your picture is Tree Rollins.
Shooting talent, really, individual shooting talent is almost secondary in this league to how you run your offense, obviously. Last night, you know, the Celtics did not shoot well as a team, despite their shooting talent. Tonight, they're running the break effectively, so they're getting a lot of shots in close, but more importantly, on a half-court offense so far, they've looked for each other very well, and it simply creates better shooting opportunities and therefore higher, better shooting percentage.
Mike Glenn has replaced Eddie Johnson. We get the ball inbounds to Rollins. This, number 2, back of his jersey, is Rory Sparrow. This is Mike Glenn.
Glenn's good, solid guard. He can hit the open shot if it's given to him. He will not force his offense. Plays good, hard-nosed defense. Won't make too many mistakes, and is not spectacular, but is effective player. Robert Parrish.
Yeah, foul was on Robert Parrish. Celtics' second team foul. Celtics are leading by 9 points, 21-12. Glenn gets it inside to Rollins, anticipated by Buckner. The steal, the ball rolling around hot. Now Wilkins, bad shot. Tried to follow it up brilliantly, but didn't make it. Bird with a beautiful fake. Shot won't go. Ainge the rebound. He's open. Bird again the rebound. Bird is clobbered.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you. Has Bird come to play tonight, folks?
Goodness.
I think you're going to see a...
we may see a vintage
unusual or unique one, but yeah, exactly. That's the right word. Perhaps a vintage one. Ainge with the rebound off the Bird miss. There it is. Bird, after missing outside on the left side of the floor, follows in, absorbs a lot of physical punishment, as you can see, to pick up the foul.
Foul was on Dan Roundfield. Bird has 6 rebounds already in the first quarter. And he'll be at the line to shoot a pair right now. Atlanta is over the limit here in the quarter. There you see the statistics on Larry Bird. His shooting statistics only, along with a 24.2 average, is 10.8 rebounds a game, 5.5 assists average per game, blocked 21 shots, and has 23 steals.
Leads the Celtics on the free throw line with 83%.
Yeah. And is one of the great practical jokers of America.
Other than that, he doesn't do a thing.
Right. This is Sparrow. Throws it away.
Celtics have increased the defensive pressure. They're picking up full court and making it difficult for the guards to bring it up. They're trying to get Atlanta to run a little bit more with them. I think they would prefer a wide open game. There's the double on Parrish. The big man has got to pick that up a little quicker and look for the free guard. So
that time they got it away from him.
Shouldn't get caught by surprise twice in a row that way.
Glenn Wilkins tried an all-world shot, was fouled.
He looks like he has great body control, but he's leaving his feet. This obviously is something that he will learn as he goes along. He's leaving his feet prematurely, and this kind of makes him an open target. Here's Sparrow bringing it over, finds Wilkins in the corner, who's going to bring it in. No, I'm sorry, Glenn over to Wilkins. See what I mean? A lot of wasted motion there. He can do it easier than that with that kind of jumping ability.
Foul. Go ahead.
On Max?
Yeah, foul was on Maxwell. Wilkins hit the front end. Got them both. 23-14, Celtics by 9. Their biggest lead has been 11. Larry Bird.
Well, the rookie's going to get good initiation, at least to the Celtics, trying to guard Larry Bird.
Ainge behind the Parrish pick is fouled by Wes Matthews, who was checked in to replace Sparrow. Danny Ainge will be at the foul line to shoot a couple. On the season so far, Danny averaging 8.2 points a game, 69% foul shooter. 2 shots for Danny Ainge.
Yeah, the big men have got to pick up that double team a little quicker. When it happens the first time, you know, it's fine. It catches them by surprise. After that, you should be turning over a nice little 12-footer or perhaps a layup. If that guard moves to the open spot or moves to the basket, the big man should hold it just long enough to draw the double team and turn around quickly and find that open guard that's been left.
This is Wes Matthews from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Now Glenn tries to take it inside. Wilkins on the turnaround. Boy, I tell you, he can sky.
Yeah, he's not going to get too many shots blocked, I don't think, in this league.
I should say not. Buckner. And now the Chief, Robert Parrish. Oh, Ainge, nice move. Parrish open. No, Bird, another rebound. The fake, another one. Block. Still battling. Parrish, 2.
I'll tell you.
The difference between last night and tonight is tonight.
Absolutely. How many offensive rebounds they have last night? 4?
7.
7? I'll tell you, they've had 7 here in the first 6 minutes.
Mike Glenn. Maxwell clears it out. Bird just popped. Oh, look at that. Oh,
beautiful.
Wow. Gorgeous. Quinn Buckner. Ball just barely touched the hands of Bird and Buckner. Watch it.
I'll tell you, you're watching the game the way it should be played tonight, folks. Just kissed it right off to Buckner as he anticipated the defensive pressure coming in. Buckner with his head up, seeing the whole floor, catches Parrish. Following up on the trailer play. Beautiful, classic way to run a fast break.
A foul was called in the ensuing action while we showed you that bit of wizardry on Tree Rollins, and that's the Tree's second personal foul. At the foul line is Robert Parrish, and Chief will shoot 2. His numbers aren't bad on the season either, folks. Averaging 20 points a game, 11 rebounds, has 18 steals and 21 block shots. There you see Eddie Johnson back in the game for the Atlanta Hawks. Buckner gets the deep rebound. Eddie Johnson has replaced Mike Glenn. Bird measures a 3-pointer.
Wow. How do you like that?
Buried it. Celtics by 17 points. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Are they putting on a show?
That's akin to pointing out where you're going to hit the home run, isn't it? You notice he just kind of looked down, stepped back, That's not going to get him back in. Long outside shots.
No, Bird, yes! Bird has been spectacular in the first quarter.
I'll tell you, I don't know that I've ever seen Bird play so far better first quarter of basketball.
Tremendous. Timeout, Atlanta. Well, we have just witnessed 10 minutes of sensational basketball here in the first quarter by the Celtics. With 1:58 to go in the quarter, it's the Celtics 35, Atlanta 16. All right, play back in. The Celtics are up by 19 points here in the first quarter. This is Eddie Johnson going over Ainge. Roundfield, the rebound blocked by Roby. Basket goes in. It will count, and the foul is on Rick Roby, who had just checked in to replace Robert Parrish. Here's a replay of that last Larry Bird to Danny Ainge. Sorry. This is the foul.
There's the other Johnson jumper. You're going to see Dan Roundfield, Wilkins both with the inside position. Maxwell out of the play as well as Roby. Roundfield will do that. He is very difficult to keep off that offensive ball.
The three-point play by Roundfield cuts the lead to 16. Roby, Ainge is open. Doesn't get it. Bird again. Blocked that time.
Rollins, good job. 2-on-1. Wow.
Well, they tried to get fancy, but they are down by 16. The figures on Bird. He's got 13 points and 11 rebounds. 5 out of 7 from the floor so far in the first quarter. Wes Matthews to put it in play.
Not too shabby. Johnson.
So the Hawks, with a quick 5-point run, cut the Celtic lead back to 14. Buckner with Wes Matthews on him, and Steve Hawes now into the ball game for Atlanta. Hugh Holland saying that Buckner carried the ball, bombed it. Gerald Henderson will come in for the Celtics, replacing Ainge. On the floor right now, we have Matthews and Johnson at the guards, Rollins in the middle, Hawes and Wilkins are the forwards. For the Celtics, Henderson and Buckner the guards, Roby in the middle, Bird and Maxwell the forwards. Eddie Johnson, Atlanta on a 5-0 run right now, has cut the Celtic lead back down to 14. Wilkins got Maxwell to go up for the fake, and he popped in the little 16-18 footer, so it's 35-23.
Completely under control on that move, by the way. They're in 1-2-2 zone, trying to trap the ball. Bird picks it out.
Drew the foul.
And just dribbles through the zone. Normally, you wouldn't advise a player to do that. But I'll tell you, again, predicated on the player's talent. Someone who puts the ball on the floor the way Bird does. Once you penetrate the front line of his own way, it opens up a lot of opportunities in front.
Foul was on Rollins, his third. He is replaced by George Johnson. There you see Big George, number 52, who played last year with the San Antonio Spurs, 6'11", 224-pounder. 10 years in the league. He's 34 years old. Bird.
George is not a shooter, but I'll tell you, he'll reject a few.
Certainly will.
And you want me to prove to you he's not a shooter?
Prove it.
He had 225 points last year, the entire season, and he had 234 block shots. How's that?
I'll bet that's never happened before.
I'm sure it's never happened before.
George Johnson, number 52. More block shots than points scored.
But I'll tell you, he'll fill up that hole.
Tip-in attempt is no good. Wilkins loses the rebound. Buckner pulls off a great play. Bird has been decked. Meanwhile, he's just scraping himself back up off the floor.
Good job. They're starting to isolate Eddie Johnson on the right side. They'll do that in the past. He's their best one-on-one player. And as soon as they isolate, you'll see the Celtics double up generally.
Bird again.
Boy, is it flowing for Bird tonight.
Snowflakes are dropping everywhere for Larry Bird. 39-23, three-point shot. No, that's the end of the quarter. And a spectacular quarter for the Celtics it was. After 1 quarter of play at the Boston Garden, it is the Boston Celtics 39, the Atlanta Hawks 23. Gil Santos and Bob Cousy at the Boston Garden, where the Celtics lead by 16 points after the first quarter, 39-23. The Celtics 15 of 24 from the floor in the quarter, 63%. Atlanta 9 of 23 for 40%. Larry Bird in the first quarter, 17 points, 11 rebounds. Each team has committed 5 turnovers. Larry Bird did in one quarter what I would say 2/3 of the players in the league would be happy with over an entire game. 17 points and 11 rebounds.
I'll tell you, it hasn't been completely a one-man show because he's had a lot of help, defensively from his bench. But boy, it was a spectacular one-quarter performance, as I think we've seen out of Larry Bird.
Archibald and Henderson now are the guards with Roby in the middle. McHale joins Bird up front. Wes Matthews to Steve Hawes, who can hit that shot, as you noticed.
Wow. Yes, he can, but and they set the play up for him, believe it or not. They ran him around that low double pick for that corner shot. Steve's can face the basket, a pretty good passer. Doesn't do his rebounding for his side, but good backup center.
Excellent feed by Henderson to Roby. Didn't click, but they got the ball back. Archibald downtown, no, and the rebound off to George Johnson. This is Wes Matthews, and Wes is blocked out by Tiny Archibald, says Darryl Garrettson, so Tiny picks up the foul. Hawks have Matthews and Johnson at the guards. The center is George Johnson, and the forwards are Hawes and Rudy Macklin.
Yeah, there's Matthews trying to find an opening. I'll tell you, he just shoved Tiny down. I think Garrettson didn't have a good look at that play because it probably should have gone the other way on that particular call.
Matthews off to Hawes, who was picked up by Roby. Now Macklin, the ball stolen by Henderson. Macklin gets it back. Another rebound for Bird. That's 12. Henderson freewheeling. Nice.
Oh, boy.
Excellent. Great body control by Henderson.
Fine job by Joe. He protected the ball very well with the big man coming in behind him. Otherwise, he'd have gotten a piece of it. Just turned his back to him and shielded the ball.
Now playing the tough D on Eddie Johnson. Steve Hawes inside. McHale the block. Hawes determined to shoot that thing. Bird his 13th rebound. Tiny goes into the support, and we have a foul on Atlanta on Wes Matthews.
Well, that time he caught him. Wes gave Tiny another little nudge. I think Tiny better straighten this kid out a little bit and tell him to go and push someone else. He's kind of looking at him nasty.
All right, Bird will put it in play for the Celtics, who lead 41-25. Tiny.
Looking for Kevin inside. McHale has been a very tough matchup for Atlanta. Tiny uses the pick well. They haven't really been able to do much with Kevin in 2 years.
Oh,
they played against one another. He's had some of his better nights against this Atlanta club.
All right, the Celtics are up now by 18, 43-25. Their biggest lead was 19 in the first quarter. Macklin with the jumper.
Macklin, the second-year man out of Louisiana State. Thought he had a pretty good year.
Roby to the hoop. Nice strong move by Roby.
Set up by the McHale pass, obviously, and again, you know, looking for that additional pass to set up a better move. McHale went up for the jumper, spotted Roby moving to the basket once he threw the defense out a little bit, and just laid a nice soft lob over the defender's head.
Rick Roby at 64% from the foul line, rims it out. Hawes dumping off to Matthews. Celtics are up, as you see, by 45-27, 18-point lead. The turnaround, and we have foul called on Steve Hawes of Atlanta. They get to the head quickly to McHale. Fastball to Buckner, but it's a little too fast to Henderson.
Well, he needed it. He had to use the pass ball because the defense was getting back quickly. Gerald should have been ready for that. Just took his eye off it.
All right, Hawes. Now to the baseline to Johnson. Back outside to Hawes, who shows again that he's got pretty good range from outside.
And also,
beautiful pass by Archibald to McHale, but he blew the layup.
Also not afraid to take it.
Wes Matthews into the hands of Rudy Macklin, and the rebound is taken down by Roby. Celtics are 3-on-2. Dishing to Bird to McHale. What a sensational feed by McHale. Full speed. He dealt it off.
He steals it. Again, just had time to kiss that pass off.
The Celtics lead by 20. Bird is just having an incredible night.
I'll tell you.
My goodness.
He's literally done it all, hasn't he?
And the crowd shows its appreciation. So, with 8:33 to go in the first half, it's the Celtics 49, Atlanta 29.
They say this religious group uses mind control, abuses children, and forces members to give up their possessions. I'm Nancy Merrill. On Thursday, meet former members of this cult church in Vermont.
Play back in. Celtics leading by 20. The steal by Henderson. It's going to be 22 right now.
Good tenacious defense by the Celtics. We've been talking about, you know, Atlanta leading the league last year and being fifth in team defense. Celtics are fourth, by the way, this year, so they can lay a little defense on you, too.
Hawkins slipping in unnoticed, gets 2 back. So far, Bird has 17 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. He has sat down for a few minutes to take a breather. ML Carr in replacing him. Tiny Archibald, open, bangs it. 53-31. Celtics by 22, their biggest lead of the game. The 39 points the Celtics scored in the first quarter against Atlanta. Most points scored in a quarter against the Hawks this season by anybody. And we have a whistle on Gerald Henderson. All right, that is the second team foul on the Celtics in the quarter. The Hawks have 3. Rory Sparrow at 1 guard for Atlanta. Got Keith Edmondson, the rookie, at the other. The shot missed. The rebound, Roby, foul on Boston. Foul was called on Henderson. That's Gerald's second and the third on the Celtics as a team. Right now for Atlanta, the rookie Keith Edmondson, 6'5" from Purdue. Good outside shooter, is in the game at 1 guard. Sparrow at the other guard. George Johnson, the center, with Steve Hawes and Rudy Macklin, the forwards. Sparrow not getting the front end. Go ahead, Bob.
Kevin Lockley very high on this. Both his rookies, obviously. We've talked about Wilkins, who was the 3rd pick in the country last year. This kid Edmondson was the number 10th pick in the first round, although he hasn't gotten too much playing time, primarily because they've got 4 good guards and veteran guards in Sparrow, Johnson, Matthews, and Glenn.
McHale and now Archibald wide open. No. Johnson the rebound. I did a couple of college games that Edmondson played in. He's a good-looking player, nice smooth shooter. Hawes has buried 3 of those from outside tonight. Archibald out there with Henderson, Carr, Roby, and McHale. Tiny moved without the ball for an instant, lost it. Edmondson the dish off. Henderson the nice defensive play to break up the fast break, and Carr tangles up with Edmondson. Foul be called on ML. Keith Edmondson, the rookie, will go to the line to shoot. Only averaged 2.8 points a game so far this year.
They're going to the paint tonight, however.
No.
All going to the floor to keep that ball alive, which is...
Edmondson will not be shooting. That is the 4th team foul, not the 5th.
Always good to see defensively, obviously, the team ready to go pick up a few splinters to get the job done. They've certainly done it tonight. Along with the good tight overplay, they've given Atlanta difficulty in running their half-court offense.
George Johnson is out, and a foul is called on ML Carr. That's his second, and that will put Atlanta at the line. It's Celtics over the limit now with their 5th personal foul. Dan Roundfield back in for the Hawks, and George Johnson went out. That moves Hawes into the middle as the center. Hawes at 6'9". Macklin is shooting 2. 6'7", 205-pounder from Louisiana State, his 2nd year in the league. Averaging 5.5 a game. He was drafted down the line a little bit, I believe the third round.
Yep. That's why he was a pleasant surprise last year. He can play some big guard for you, too, by the way. He'll swing a little bit, but he played primarily as a forward last year and did it pretty well.
All right, Archibald, 6:25 to go in the half. Celtics are leading by 18. Tiny squeezing one off, no. Roundfield. Sparrow, nice feed to Edmondson.
Atlanta picking up the tempo a bit as well. Celtics helping them in the sense that they've missed a couple of shots here. This is the quickest way, of course, to allow a team back in. Joe Henderson.
Henderson is he's in a groove tonight too, Bob.
I like
55-37.
I like Gerald.
He thinks very highly of you.
He does everything very well.
He thinks very highly of you too.
Why not? I'm a nice guy.
You're a good guy. Sure. Roundfield sneaking in. Foul called by Hugh Hollins. Obviously, the crowd disagrees. Foul was called on Kevin McHale. Gerald is he's just improved steadily every year, hasn't he, Coos?
I think he has. I think his second year he remained a little stagnant, but his third year, I thought he had just an outstanding year last year.
Ball is in play.
And, you know, it's a nice problem to have. We were talking about the 4 guards on Atlanta and Edmondson not being able to play. Bill Fitch, to a degree, has the same problem with 4 good guards here.
Yeah.
Trying to rotate them in terms of time.
All right, 2 free throws cut it down to 16 points, 55-39. The Celtics' biggest lead has been 22. Errant pass is picked off by Rudy Macklin, takes it to the hole and gets it. So it is 55-41, and the Celtics want a timeout. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half, and we'll take the timeout here with the score of the Celtics 55 and Atlanta 41.
At ADAP, save $5 on every Exide battery, featuring the Exide Edge during ADAP's gigantic holiday gift sale.
Play back in here at the Garden. 5 minutes even to go in the first half. And Keith Edmondson was called for a loose ball foul for Atlanta. That is the 4th foul on the Hawks. The Celtics have made substitutions. Ainge and Buckner are back in at the guards. Parrish in the middle. Bird and Maxwell up front, as Bill Fitch has substituted 5 for 5.
Gone back to a starting unit. Looked pretty good in the first 8 or 9 minutes. Again, they keep doubling inside, and the big man keeps going back. They want to gamble on that outside shot. So far, the Celtics guards have been hitting it very well.
Yeah, Buckner and Ainge.
You've got to move away
Both
from the
been doing
man
it.
that's being double teamed, and if the opening exists, you've got to go to the basket, obviously, to try to create a layup rather than the 15-footer that Quinn just knocked in.
Sparrow and now Macklin for the Hawks. Banks it in. Oh, it's
Nice
57-43. The Celtics by 14. Buckner. Bird is fouled by Rudy Macklin. And so Larry will go to the free throw line. And a technical foul was called on Kevin Lockery.
Kevin's a good coach. He's a very demonstrative coach. I think that can be said of most of the coaches in this league. If you're gentle and passive when you come into it, you become demonstrative before
sure.
too long. So Kevin, with his Irish temper, doesn't need any encouragement. He fights for what he believes is right. And that time it cost him $100.
I think the thing that people don't generally think about. Celtics guards, by the way, 11 of 18 from the floor in this game. Bird got the technical. Now that's the first of the 2 shots. The thing that people don't think about, there's Kevin Lockery, is the tremendous pressures that these coaches are under in the NBA. They play night after night after night in hotels and airports, coming and going, and every game is a different dance. And every game has different problems, and it's a tough racket, believe me.
Takes the full commitment. You've got to be willing to pay the price.
Yes.
I know that's a well-worn cliche, but it certainly applies to coaching in the NBA.
Foul on Danny Ainge. At the line is Dan Roundfield to shoot a couple for Atlanta. The Celtics have pushed the lead back up to 17 points. Cut it back to 16 now on the free throw by Roundfield. Celtics' biggest lead of the night has been 22. As they came out storming the Bastille immediately, jumped into a fast lead, and were up by as many as 22 in this first half, as they have just come on like thunder.
We're going to be talking to Kevin Lockley at halftime, but I was chatting with him before the game.
There's the open man.
To me, yep. Same way. See, if they're willing to give up that 15-footer to try to neutralize the men inside, you know, it's just they shouldn't do it every time, in my opinion. You know, because obviously the offense acclimates themselves to it and can use it. Fine move by Dan Roundfield. He does that very well.
When they do that, they are giving up, in effect, a foul shot. Bird missing.
In this league, I think they're giving up a little too much because most of your guards can hit that 15-footer as if it were a layup.
Macklin missing the shot, and a foul is called on Parrish. It's his second personal.
Not a popular call.
No. Hey, Goose, you really can
pick them out,
pick
huh?
that stuff.
Not easy to have that kind of perspective about things, you know.
And you're so quick, too.
You know,
so quick.
You probably don't know how I could even tell that. See, I discerned the reaction from the crowd.
It's amazing.
It's not easy with these headsets, you know. It's not.
Pick up these little nuances.
I actually saw the reaction. I didn't hear it because we don't get the crowd noises.
62-48 is our score as Macklin gets a pair. Now it's 62-49. So the Hawks have kept sawing wood here in the first half, and they have whittled the lead down to 13 points. Haynes works it to Maxwell. Back to Danny. Now the big Chief. Turn around. Won't go as he was nearly knocked off his pins.
They'll do that, Atlanta. They'll hang in tough. And with that good D, it keeps them in the ball game generally. That's what the big men with that constant double team have to be concerned with or careful of, is not to force the offense. You know, just wait for the double team, keep passing it out. Wait, let the guard hit the 15-footer or look for the layup. One additional pass sometimes will produce a layup if the defense is rotating, but don't force it up against the double team. That time Robert got away with it because he picked up the foul.
All right, Parrish hits the front end. The foul was on Sparrow, his third, and he's gone out. Eddie Johnson's replaced him. And here comes Eddie Johnson. Celtics leading 63-49. Keith Edmondson blocked by Parrish, but goaltending is the call.
Good call.
Ball in its downward flight. So it is 63-51. The Hawks are within 12. They have shaved 10 points off the biggest Celtics lead of the game. Bird, now Parrish. As they work it into Bird, he's fouled by Macklin. You know, Larry, for a player who gets into the thick of things, into the middle of things as much as he does not go to the foul line that often. A little while ago, you saw him get 3 when he got the technical free throw in the other 2, and now he's getting 2 more. But tonight, he's been at the foul line quite a bit in this ball game.
Bill Fitch probably would disagree. They feel that, you know, they agree with, obviously, this theory that he doesn't go to the line enough. I think some of it has to do with the fact, frankly, that he is such, you know, an outstanding talent. In other words, he does things with such finesse that he doesn't create contact. He really is so smooth in many ways. You know, when he goes under the boards, well, I think it has something to do with it. I don't, you know.
Trying to get a foul here on the Celtics on Danny Ainge. It's his second personal, and Dan Roundfield steps to the line. But really, what's Larry? 9 for 9 at the foul line tonight, right? I can't remember the last time that he was able to bang in 9 free throws in a game. He just doesn't go to the line as much as, you know, a guy who's in the middle of everything should.
So when things are flowing right, he's getting a lot of his offense from outside. And that also has something to do with it. Roundfield is 8 for 8 from the line, too, by the way.
Ainge goes out. Charles Bradley replaces him. Score is 65-52. The Celtics have a 13-point lead. 2:17 to go in the half. Celtics have led this one from the beginning. Quick 6-2 lead. Ballooned out to 39-23 after the quarter. The steal. Johnson dishing off. Edmondson. No. Follow up. No. Chief. Yes. Now Buckner. Celtics are 2-on-2. Buckner to Bird. To Bradley. Oh! Sensational pass by Bird.
Saw that one developing all the way. Bird again just kissing it off. Just taking enough time to direct the ball into that left wing with Bradley storming through there.
My gracious. Eddie Johnson has it stolen by Bird. His second steal of the night. Here's Buckner. Feeding it to Bradley. There you are.
That's the way to make a layup. A good loud one. Not too many of them missed from up there. What would Dal Dawkins call that one? There's got to be a name for it.
That's the Charles Bradley Tomahawk Special. 69-53, the Celtics by 16. Hawes getting his feet tangled up. Re-stealing the ball. Nice play by Hawes. Give him credit, he worked for that.
Yes, he did. 10 points for Steve Hawes here in the second quarter.
All right, Buckner. Now Larry Bird. Trying to pass it through Hawes, and a whistle and a foul is called on Larry Bird. Second on Larry. 59 seconds left to go in the first half. The Celtics, leading by 14, have really shown us some spectacular things here in the first half. You know, who's been conspicuous by his absence from this game, Robert, is Dominique Wilkins.
Well,
I don't think he's played more than 5 or 6 minutes.
Started out forcing his offense a little bit, and I think Kevin also, given the way Larry Bird started out with Dominic on him, I don't think he wanted the rookie to get awed that quickly by Larry Bird in this kind of a setting. So probably psychologically a good move on Kevin's part.
All right, we have 50 seconds to go in the half. The Celtics are leading by 12. Bradley has the ball stripped away. Here comes Johnson. Hawks trying to get within 2, do not. Bradley the rebound, off to Bird. Larry in the middle. Buckner. Maxwell, no. Max's own rebound. Basket doesn't go, but he was fouled. Celtics are moving the ball around as if it's on fire in this game.
That foul was on Macklin?
It was on Keith Edmondson.
His second. Both teams have been over the limit for a while, and it's rather physical, although well played first half.
Well, it's always physical, I guess, when you play the Hawks. We had, what, 4 games against the Hawks last year, and every one of them was a war. Maxwell getting the front end. Roby will check in now, replacing the Chief. Robert Parrish will go out. The Hawks, Coos, seem to be wanting to run more this year than they did last year.
Kevin claims that that controlled break reputation they have is not deserved, or not by design, that they, you know, they're trying to generate more of a break than they have in the past. And he feels he's got the personnel this year to do it.
This is Keith Edmondson, the rookie from Purdue, with Charles Bradley on him. Charles blocked it.
Wow.
And he gets the ball, but he lost it off his foot. Great defensive play by Charles Bradley. Just stayed with him all the way.
Keith attracted a crowd. He had Bird and Bradley both looking to get a piece of that.
Hawks with 5 seconds to get a shot off, get it off quickly. They miss it. Edmondson misses. Another tip in, no good. Roby blocks the shot. Now Johnson has it stolen by Buckner. 5 seconds to go. Re-stolen by Edmondson. Gets it.
Good job. The Hawks hung tough.
It's the end of the half. Celtics had a lead that was as high as 22. It's been shaved down to 12. We have come to the end of the first half here at the Boston Garden. With a score, the Celtics leading it by 12 points right now. 71-59 in the second quarter.
You don't always win, but the point is you're going to get maximum effort, and this is what we've gotten. And when you get a team with the talent that the Celtics have giving maximum effort, you know, these kind of statistics result. So the only negative I would say was still a little careless with that ball. They came up with 13 turnovers, which is, you know, a little high still.
Yeah, they've
half a ball game.
On the season, the Celtics have been averaging turning the ball over 19.5 times.
Well,
and 26 last night, which upped that average quite a bit. And the Hawks only turned it over 7 times. They've been turning it over 21 times a game. But still in all, the Celtics had a 22-point lead at one time in the first half. And to the Hawks' credit,
then coming back with a surge of your own.
All right, we're starting the second half, and the Hawks started off badly by throwing the ball away. The Hawks are starting Sparrow and Eddie Johnson at the guards, Tree Rollins at center, Dan Roundfield and Dominique Wilkins at the forwards. The Celtics, Ainge, Buckner, Parrish, Maxwell, and Bird.
I tell you, if Bird continues his assault on the basket, It'll be interesting to hear Dominique's reaction to the Bird after the game.
That's called Welcome to Pro Basketball. This is Eddie Johnson. Gets it to Roundfield, who is tied up by Danny Ainge. I was wondering how long they were going to wait for a jump ball.
With that whistle, Danny thought it was a late whistle, but he was looking for the foul. Danny can sky himself, so he will probably pick out the man he wants to go to, and it looks like Wilkins.
And it's into the hands of Cedric Maxwell, and a foul is called on Rory Sparrow, and that'll be his fourth and a technical foul as well. Sparrow was hit with the personal foul and then was hit with the technical foul. No, they gave Sparrow the personal. They gave Roundfield the technical. Bird misses the free throw. Now, Roundfield got hit with the technical, and the Celtics will have the ball. 71-59. We've played 26 seconds of the second half. Quinn Buckner.
Atlanta will do a lot of trapping out of his zone posture, as you can see, chasing the ball. Celtics looking for the open man.
Bird not getting the bank shot.
When you've got a team trapping, you want to spread your offense out and continue to look for that free man.
Roundfield, no. Parrish the rebound. Up to Ainge. We'll be on the air Friday night, 9 o'clock from Milwaukee, the Celtics and the Bucks. Buckner. Quinn's had a pretty good night, too. He's got 6 points. I think he's 3 for 3.
They've been leaving him alone. He's got 10 points,
5 for 5.
Yeah, they've been leaving him alone, usually on that double up inside, and he has responded well. As we've said, Quinn, he doesn't necessarily shoot for average, but he simply will hit that shot when needed.
Eddie Johnson going over Ainge. So the Celtics lead remains at 12. Buckner now Larry Bird. Now they're not doubling up on Parrish in the second half as they did in the first. Nice job.
First opportunity he's had to take Rollins one-on-one, and he made the most of it. Good move. He got him up in the air and then went outside on him. Lambert's got amazing agility for a man his size. Really does.
Ball out of bounds off the Celtics. The Bucks will have 11 seconds in the shot clock. There's amazing agility for a man my size. Amazing agility for a man any size. Wilkins, offensive foul on young Dominique. Dominique Wilkins played only, let's see, 10 minutes in the first half. But you can see just by watching him, even when he misses shots, and here's a young man who has all of the tools. That man does.
Oh, wow.
Wilkins, really a good-looking young player. And he's a very personable, pleasant young man, too.
That was quite a move, though, Bird laid on him there. He always leaves his options open, too. He can shoot or pass, generally, from the position he's in.
Buckner getting it back to Bird. Great play by Buckner. Maxwell dishing off to the big man. Rebound and Rollins. Now, Eddie Johnson. Celtics are leading 77-61. They built it back up to 16. They've done what you wanted them to, Robert. That is spread the lead out by a couple of more hoops to start the second half.
It works.
Sparrow nails one. He's shooting more and better this year than he did a year ago.
And as we pointed out, shooting for percentage.
Nice dish off by Maxwell, but Parrish got it tangled up by Rollins. Sparrow is fouled by Quinn Buckner. And Keith Edmondson will come in for Atlanta. He replaces Rory Sparrow. First foul on Buckner in the game. (77-63). Celtics up by 14 points. 8:48 to go. We're in the third quarter at the Garden. Celtics led by 16 at the first quarter, 12 at the half. Their biggest lead has been 22. They have never trailed. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock for Atlanta. Johnson, three-point shot to the hands of Bird. Maxwell swooping in, no. Stolen by Buckner. Wide open shot, no. Edmondson stolen by Buckner again.
Waiting for Bird to come down.
Larry buries another one.
And that's why Max is a little careless with his offense. He was last night, and again he continues tonight to take off a little premature. He's looking for the difficult shot rather than the sure one. Had a pretty good lane into the basket that last time. Buckner took him off the hook.
Parrish picks up the air ball. Celtics are 4 on 2. Nice feed to Maxwell, and he couldn't connect on it. Couldn't finish it off. Another steal.
With a steal.
That's 3 steals for Buckner. Ainge dropping it off to Robert Parrish. No basket, but he was fouled.
Max continues to try to cool it. That one called for the slam dunk, and he tried to shoot it and just didn't release. It never left his hand. Got to get a little of that stickum off there. Max is kind of smiling to himself. He can't believe it either. Bill Fitch isn't smiling, I'll tell you.
No, he's not too thrilled about that.
Well, you normally tell, especially your big men who can dunk, when the opportunity is there, don't take any chances by shooting the shot, you know, slam dunking it, and Bill shows his displeasure. And I'm sure he's not happy with the fact that Max is smiling about it either, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. All right. So he brings in Kevin McHale to replace Cedric Maxwell, as Parrish hits the front end of the 2-shot foul. One more for the Chief. 71% foul shooter. Doesn't get this one. Tree Rollins yanks it out of the sky. 80-63. Celtics by 17 now. 7.5 to go, third quarter. Hawks last night drubbed Philadelphia 111-97 down in Atlanta. Wes Matthews whipping it inside to Rollins, and a foul is called
on Bird. His third, team second.
Atlanta will put the ball in play on the sideline. Steve Hawes, the man to do the honors. Hawes, Wilkins, Matthews, Edmondson, and Rollins in for Atlanta. Macklin is getting set to come in. The only change the Celtics have made is McHale in for Maxwell. McHale with a rebound. Ainge. Now Quinn. He has hit 6 out of 7 shots in this game.
I'll tell you, you know, we've been talking about Bird, and deservedly so, but that kid's played himself quite a ball game. I've done more on defense in a sense than he has offensively, even though he's hit about every 3 open shot he's had.
He's hit 3 steals in this quarter. Steve Hawes on the baseline. Hey, Hawes has had himself a pretty good night.
I've been watching Hawes for a few years. I've never seen this kind of an offensive display out of Steve. Normally he's reluctant to shoot. Tonight he's looking for a shot, and he's done an exceptional job with it.
They go to McHale Lowe, who is fouled by Hawes. That will be the 3rd team foul in Atlanta, so the Celtics are not in a shooting situation yet. Bird will put the ball in play for Boston, leading 82-65. The 71 points in the first half, by the way, for the Celtics, their high water mark of the season in one half.
Looking for Kevin inside.
Ainge tried to bounce pass it to Parrish, had it stolen, restole it, but he is called for the foul, team foul of the 3rd quarter. Oz, one of the few shots he's missed tonight. McHale to Buckner. Here's a man who's played a superb game as well. Kevin,
wow,
downtown.
A little past his range, I was about to say, just about when it got nothing but net. Well, you know, it makes a difference when you're moving towards the basket and you've got your body momentum. You can obviously increase your range.
Another steal by Bird. He gets a hip check from Steve Hawes.
What's the call by Hugh Hollins? Well, he's going to get it back to Atlanta.
Boy, my goodness. All right, the Celtics are in top 84-65 right now. Edmondson. There you go. 2 seconds on the shot clock. They're not going to get it off.
Celtics continue their tenacious swarming defense. They got a delay of game warning on Atlanta. It's always frustrating, obviously, to have the 24 seconds clock run down on you. So
Chief caught that like a tight end. Crowd is enjoying this one. Bird, nifty dish off to McHale. Doesn't go. Pause. Ahead to Edmondson. Ainge on the steal, but foul is called on Danny Ainge. That is his fourth, or the team fourth, and it is the fourth on Ainge as well. So the Celtics are now at the limit on team fouls here in the third quarter with 5:13 to play. Wes Matthews. Rebound. Bird quickly to Buckner.
Get back.
Oh, boy.
Oh!
Beautiful. Coast-to-coast job by Quinn Buckner. Watch this. This is pretty.
Incredible move. Triggered by the quick outlet by Bird that you'll see here. Almost before he hits the floor, he's got it out. Watch him now. His feet are going to slide out from under him. He goes underneath the basket. Takes it with his left. Makes an impossible shot.
A offensive foul has been called on Wes Matthews on the other end. So the Celtics will put the ball in play. Boy, what a spectacular play by Buckner. The quick outlet from Bird. It's 86-65. The Celtics now with a 21-point lead. Technical foul on the Atlanta Hawks.
If Buckner doesn't do another thing tonight, this is by far his best performance as a Celtic, I would say.
Larry Bird is shooting 2 for the Celtics. Or I guess shooting the technical shot. And someone has been thrown out. Was it Matthews?
Well, second one and you're gone, and it costs another 100.5, so you're talking 250, and you leave the premises, or at least go to the locker room. Kevin Lockley already had one. This is Wes the second.
Wes Matthews has been tossed out of the game by Darryl Garretson. Matthews turned and waved goodbye.
Well, it's kind of the other way around. Unfortunately, in this instance, the official has the
last say.
Last say, yes. And it's usually an outstretched arm indicating in which direction to take yourself.
Yes, and the palm extended upward for the fine.
Yeah, and the commish sits back and waits for the letter.
Yes.
With check enclosed.
Well, Lockery, I think that's a smile of cynicism, Bob. I'm not sure.
I would say so.
Larry buries the free throws. So with 4:41 to go in the third quarter, the Celtics now have their biggest lead of the game, 23 points, 88-65. 28 points in the game for Larry Bird, along with a bunch of rebounds and assists and steals and stuff. That's Rudy Macklin. Replacing Matthews, by the way, in the lineup for Atlanta was George Johnson.
Wow.
Blocked. Bird out ahead, behind the back to Parrish. No.
Almost, but no cigar. Larry knew that was a little extreme. Behind the back, going in the other direction with the left hand. However, I wouldn't be prepared to say that he couldn't make that play, but that was not a high percentage shot, pass, excuse me.
Macklin, another rebound for Bird. Ainge. Buckner missing the shot, and the rebound to Macklin. Sparrow. Edmondson on the pull-up, overshoots it.
Well, now the Celtics have got their run and gun game that they want, and
nice feed.
Again, with the shooters they have in there, this tempo should be in their favor for obvious reasons.
Well, another timeout, and listen to this hand. A standing O. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Larry Bird has 30 points, and the Celtics lead 90-65. Quinn Buckner has just pulled off his fourth steal of the night, and a beautiful bounce pass to McHale. What a game Buckner's having. He has 4 steals in this game.
Tremendous anticipation, good quickness, stays low to the ground, keeps his eye on the ball. Watch him just hawk that thing.
The steal by Bradley. Here comes something.
Took off about the foul line. hung in, had a sandwich on his way to the basket, and still got himself his slam dunk.
Celtics lead by 29. They are putting on a show tonight.
Well,
they'll have 100 points before the third quarter is over.
I tell you, if you're a Celtic fan, obviously you've got to be enjoying this.
Hawes misses the shot, and it's tipped in by George Johnson. So far, Buckner has 14 points to go with his 4 steals. Bird has 30 points to go with 15 rebounds. We haven't even finished 3 quarters yet. Celtics lead 94-67. McHale. Now Charles Bradley with a running left-handed hook. Count the basket. Goaltending the call on Johnson. Bradley is 4 for 4.
Johnson can swat him away, as we've told you. It's a question of which ones to swat and which ones to leave alone. Once they start on their way down, it becomes a no-no, and of course 2 points for the shooter.
The one-hander by Edmondson is not there. Robert Parrish the rebound. Here comes Buckner again. Alley-oop to McHale, but it goes into the net to Hawes. Now Edmondson, the rookie. And a foul called. It's going to be a shooting foul.
I think it'll be on Bradley.
Yeah.
He reached
The
in.
Celtics have a unit of Buckner, Bradley, McHale, Parrish, and Bird on the floor.
Looking for McHale inside. Steve Hawes having a little trouble with him.
Nice play by McHale to keep the ball in play.
8 seconds left on the 24-second clock.
Oh, Buckner dishing off beautifully to Parrish.
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful job by Buckner.
I'll tell you, this kid's done it all this evening. Great penetration there. He knew he had to lay up himself, but he also knew he drew Parrish's man to him, so...
Walking. Macklin took steps. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. 15 rebounds. Gets a standing O.
Well
Deserved it.
deserved. Yes, sir.
A minute to play in the lead. Bradley blocked by Johnson and kept in play by the Hawks. Sparrow took steps, but nothing was called. He took about 3 Arthur Murray dance steps. Parrish. Celts have 100 points, and we haven't finished the third quarter yet.
Well, this was completely unexpected. Not the intensity of the effort by the Celtics, but certainly what seems to be a blowout of small proportion.
Oh, if that goes. No, it didn't. And Macklin wins the little war. 16 seconds to go in the half. The Celtics with their biggest lead of the game, 31 points, as they have just blown Atlanta's doors off. Keith Edmondson. That's the end of the quarter. And the Celtics in the third will have another war Saturday night as well, because we'll do the game from Pontiac against the Pistons. All right, the Celtics start the fourth quarter with a 61% shooting percentage for the night. They have Henderson and Bradley at the guards, McHale in the middle, Maxwell and Carr are the forwards. Gerald Henderson had a good first half.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's cooking.
Wow.
Well, all of the Celtics are playing tonight, playing very well.
We talked last night about a team making its own breaks, and when you're hustling and things are going well, you usually get the bounces. Well, this is what's happened in reverse tonight. Celtics.
Oh, great anticipation by Gerald Henderson for the layup. The Celtics lead the game by 35 points, and Kevin Lockery is beside himself.
Well, he's upset because he feels, you know, the players are losing interest in getting careless, and obviously it could go to 40 or 50. So
50 to go in the game.
Well,
McHale playing the pivot right now.
If you're a Celtic fan, you've certainly enjoyed the explosion that's taken place here this evening.
I'm sure you don't have a lot of people who are members of the fan club, because they're just not what you call America's team. Anyhow,
Kevin is saying to himself, this is beautiful. Detroit and Scotty Robertson get the Celtics steamed up and upset, and we become the recipients of their largesse.
Pause. Oh, nice follow by George Johnson. In this game, the Celtics guards have really shot the ball. Henderson 6 for 6, Buckner 7 for 10, Bradley 4 for 4, Ainge and Archibald each 2 for 5. Gerald, it's Maxwell. McHale doesn't get the open jumper. Macklin the rebound. And now Rory Sparrow, Macklin, Sparrow, Edmondson, Hawes, and Johnson, George Johnson, on the floor for Atlanta. And Macklin rolls in the little hook. And so the Hawks have scored 6 unanswered points, cutting the Celtic lead to 29, if you will. 9.5 minutes to go in the game. Friday night will be on the air from Milwaukee at 9 o'clock. Saturday night at 8 o'clock from Pontiac, Michigan. Nice feed. McHale did a heck of a job to get the shot off. Carr working hard, but a foul was called.
Good job by ML keeping it alive. Darryl Garrison, the chief of officials in the NBA, kind of reluctantly blowing the whistle. I think Darryl is kind of anxious to have this thing come to a close, but
he buries them both, and it's 106 to 75. And let me tell you, Bob was right a minute ago. He touched on it. This is a good Atlanta team. This,
well, it's not a team of anyone.
Oh yeah.
Of that tonight after this demonstration. But again, it hasn't been what Atlanta hasn't done. Good job by Sparrow. It's pretty much been what the Celtics have been able to accomplish and force Atlanta not to do.
Charles Bradley, who has 8 points in the night, he gets one more. It'll be his high watermark of the season. He has equaled his high so far, which is 8. Maxwell throws the ball into the backcourt, and it's the backcourt violation against the Celtics.
Well,
Elias Darren's been in a while. The rookie from Cleveland State, who a lot of people told us, Bob, as you remember, during the exhibition season, the layup there for Edmondson, a lot of people told us during the exhibition season who were scouting the Celtics from other clubs that they like Tillis a lot. They like his defensive skills and his ability to run.
Well, he moves well. Oh,
rejected by Johnson. That
no
should have been goaltending.
Yep.
ML, little runner. Air ball on the runner. Loose ball foul called on. Matched up with Henderson, Bradley, Carr, McHale, and Tillis. Hawes partially blocked by McHale, but Hawes working hard, followed it and laid it in. 106-81. Celtics by 25. Hawes has 18 in this game. He's played very, very well for Atlanta. Celtics' biggest lead of the night was 35 points. As they just took control right away, went ahead quickly 6-2. It was 39-23 at the quarter, 71-59 at the half. Tillis on the turnaround. Yes! Darren Tillis.
Looked nice and smooth on that one, didn't he?
Yes, sirree. After 3 quarters, it was 100-69. Ball out of bounds off Charles Bradley. Glenn, who's been around in the league, played with the Knicks for 1. And the ball is out of bounds. I believe it'll be a Celtic ball. Yes, off Atlanta. Rick Roby comes in for the Celtics, replaces Kevin McHale. Celtics. And Darren is fouled by Hawes. That'll be the 3rd team foul in Atlanta. One more. State. Played his high school ball in Cleveland as well. Nice feed. Roby to Bradley. Roby gets the ball back off to the deflection.
Well, nice feed by Bradley, right?
Yes.
Unintentional assist there. Bradley goes high. Good reject by George Johnson. He kept it alive, but right into Roby's hands.
A offensive foul is called on Mike Glenn. Offensive fouls do not count as team fouls. It's 110-81. Go ahead, Bob.
They sure hurt.
Yes, they do.
The recipient of the offensive foul doesn't really care whether it counts as a team foul or not. He still wakes up in the morning kind of black and blue.
Henderson. First shot he's missed all night. Deep rebound to Glenn. Hawes looking for his 20th points. Doesn't get him. And the battle for the loose ball is won by Macklin, blocked by Tillis.
Good job by Darren Tillis.
Yes. Very quick, alert play by Tillis. You can see Darren has worked hard and has been worked on during the practice session since the exhibition season started. Practice camp started. ML with several moves. Didn't pay off. George Johnson the rebound. Glenn, Macklin, and now Edmondson. The rookie gets for the Celtics. Henderson, Carr, Roby, Tillis, and Bradley on the floor. Gerald to the baseline. Nifty move. And no offensive goaltending is the call. Going in.
With after the game, taking away 2 of his points.
George Johnson getting the deep rebound and getting it out to Mike Glenn. And Tillis scrambles to the floor. He's a Celtic. Huh?
Yes, sir. Came out of the pack with it.
Henderson, now ML, block, foul called. Should be traveling. Here it is. Says Hugh Hollins.
Over.
Oh,
That's
yes.
his case. I mean, he's probably saying to himself, what is this kid doing? Here they're up by 30, and leave me alone. Let me take a few shots, will you, please?
You're right.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Nice
it
feed.
can be annoying.
Nice feed from Roby to Carr. The ball doesn't go in, but ML will be at the line to shoot.
He's not letting him move.
Steal by Bradley. Here comes another one. Get ready. Oh, he missed it. Left his feet too soon.
Yep, took off. We said he took off on the foul line the last time.
Blocking foul called by Garrettson on Bradley. Mike Glenn. Tillis open. Goes short with it. Roby, nice follow-up. Nice job. Rick Roby with a left-handed hook.
He's really got a soft touch with that little turnaround shot, and it's, I think I've said before, it's a difficult shot to make, and without lining the ball.
Hawes picks up the loose ball. Thrilled not to have Tillis around him at the time. Tip up, no.
Get a stick and kill it, somebody.
Play slightly ragged here. You know,
1st and 10.
Good
Someone's
grief.
head is underneath Macklin and the red jerseys.
Tillis, you watch the Hawks, unable to throw the ball in the ocean at this situation. That's just the back end of it. They had about 5 shots at it. Minutes of play. 9 for 16 from the floor. So in his last 3 games, Larry Bird has had 37 on Sunday, 29 last night, 30 tonight. Last week he averaged 29 a game to win Player of the Week award. ML doesn't hit the layup. Edmondson. Bradley skying very high. The ball stolen away by Hawes. Hawes gets the basket. Traveling could have quite easily been called, but
Plus a 3-second violation and to boot.
114 to 88. Celtics led by 12 at the half. Poured it on to start the 3rd quarter. Your chair is falling apart, old-timer. And just have been rolling ever since. Rick Roby.
About the same as its occupant.
Macklin gets one from the baseline. 2:16 to go. The clock winding down on a game that the Celtics had in the bank and collecting interest a long time ago, boys and girls. Beyond the Air Friday night, 9 o'clock from Milwaukee, the Celtics and the Bucks. Saturday night will be on the air from Pontiac, Michigan, the Celtics and the Pistons. Roby to the hole, no. 2 minutes left to play. Mercifully. That's Mike Glenn.
Glenn collects himself. And nice little shooting style there.
Yeah, he had a reputation as a nice shooter a couple of years back. One more for Charles. Now he has 9 points on the night, I believe, and that is his high of the season. Glenn gets another one. 1:17:94, a minute and a half to play. Henderson is fouled by Mike Glenn. The Celtics lead is right now 24 points. The game, quite frankly, in the second half has not played anywhere near that close. Roby, no. The tip in, yes, by Darren Tillis.
Up there. High with a nice soft touch. You notice he directed the ball as opposed to tapping it in. He had the opportunity.
Blocked by Tillis.
Get control of it.
Tillis the rebound. Gerald Henderson. Bradley looking for 2 figures. He got him. 11 points for Bradley.
Pretty
high of the
basket.
season. Yeah, that was a nifty move.
That makes up for the missed dunk.
Stolen by Bradley and right into the hands of another man who stole a few basketballs in his day.
Given the quickness and speed of Wink Buckner and Bradley and Henderson, they can make a guy's life miserable out there for them in terms of stolen balls and deflected balls.
25-point lead with 30 seconds to go. The Celtics' high point lead of the night was 35. Henderson sliding through, and Henderson gets the loose ball. Good hustle shown by Gerald and all the Celtics, as they have redeemed themselves for their poor play of last night by really playing a basketball game tonight. Tillis, nice bounce pass along the baseline to Roby. Stolen away with 5 seconds to go, and Rudy Macklin hits the deck hard. Macklin misses the 2 shots. Tillis the rebound off to ML Carr. They give it to Tillis. 3-point shot. Oh, didn't get it. Too bad.